man.
Get that closer to your mouth. All right, we are live.
What are the topics here?
We don't really have any. We're just
shooting the
shooting
breeze.
from the hip here. So welcome back, Project Ion Podcast, episode 2, with a special guest, Shade Stevenson.
He needs no introduction.
I'm your host, Kyle Grems, 8th grade teacher
Oh my
at
God.
ELC Middle School.
No.
Oh,
No.
yes. Big time.
Nope. I'm not here.
So what's up, fellas?
Oh, not much. My DPS is
Oh yeah, the
very
DPS.
poor. Recently, I'm working on my alt. I got my main DK up to 120. Now I'm working on my alts, my warrior specifically, but
What's good? Didn't you tell me they nerfed that again? So
Yeah.
It's like, numbers that aren't just
Right.
in the stratosphere.
like 14K, I think. Right now
That's-
it's pretty deep. I mean, it's
Yes.
okay, I guess, but I'm hovering right around 4.
Is there a class that's like out of whack that's way better than everybody else? Or
Druids are pretty
Boomkin
good.
or
Boomkin,
Feral?
yeah. No,
Okay.
Feral sucks right now.
okay,
Boomkin are good. How do we just start talking about WoW?
yeah, this happens every time. It's because it's all Kyle can talk about.
Yeah, that's all I
World of
do.
Warcraft.
Shade is still rocking Naxxramas
Yeah,
gear.
Yep,
What?
Shade's working on the gargoyles.
but yeah, well, you're a 120, right? I think my best tune is like 90 something, like a 92 or 3.
Well.
So that's how far back I am. It's,
Don't be a noob.
I guess, yeah. Or don't have a slash blade that is like disgracefully embarrassing.
I don't know what you're talking about, bruh.
4 years.
I know what you're talking about, bruh.
22 days.
Don't know what you're talking about, bruh.
16 hours. Yeah.
I'm
see,
Brett Kavanaugh.
Seeds.
Deny.
How do you? So what's your position
On Kavanaugh?
on the Kavanaugh?
Oh, I
sitch?
don't know. I don't know. I think statute of limitations is clearly being abused. It's like you said, somebody's lying.
Yeah, for sure. Somebody's
So-
lying. So there's clearly no respect for taking an oath.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they did if it was just a hearing.
Well, I think I think the testimony it's sworn in
Is it?
testimony. Yeah, so they risk perjury. I think if they
Oh,
get up there and
perjury,
lie,
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I can see the point where, if something did happen, you obviously want to believe the woman, but everybody seems to be on that bandwagon where you have to side with the woman no matter what under any circumstance possible,
yeah,
and that's not okay.
yeah. Should an allegation alone
Yeah.
be enough to
Convict.
to convict somebody, and it's not in court for sure.
Right.
I mean, they're based on what's been presented. There would be no criminal court that I
Right.
can think of, and probably very few, if any, civil, where the burden of
Well, I would
evidence standard is lower. So.
I would almost think in civil court, Kavanaugh would have a case against her, maybe.
Yeah, like
Defamation.
under kind of a defamation theory. Yeah, right.
I think it was such a he said, she said thing situation that there's really no risk of perjury unless I guess Mike Judge were to come out and potentially change his mind on something. But
Yeah, I wonder because he didn't testify the other day, did he? It was just the
No, it's just,
Dr. Ford and then Kavanaugh,
Yeah.
which is weird because why wouldn't you bring in the other person that everybody agreed was there? Well, or that she said was there. Kavanaugh, I think,
Yeah.
categorically denied that anything happened. Right.
Yep. Unequivocally denies.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, I've heard people say, well, this is payback for Merrick Garland. So,
Well, and that's just petty.
and
stooping the Republicans' level. I
yeah, and it really, I think there's some bigger picture things too. That really these confirmation hearings have been sort of a lot of smearing and stuff for some time. I think
Yeah.
it started several administrations ago.
with Justice Davis. Is that his name?
Clarence Thomas
Clarence Thomas,
really
yeah.
got raked over the coals. It was a similar thing where they were like, "Oh, you found somebody that touched my butt," or blah blah blah, that kind of thing, and playing grab ass, and it was over and over and over again. And finally, I think Clarence Thomas, who's black,
Yeah.
happened to say, "Well, what's happened to me here in these hearings is essentially a high tech lynching,"
Oh.
and that was like verbatim, I think.
Yeah.
And that's when everybody backed off, right? So it didn't go any further, but we've been on a trend where it seems like things get wilder and wilder, and it gets to a point where nobody can appoint anybody anymore,
It's
because
just
it
gonna
just
be
turns into obstruction tactics out of the other side. So
I mean, at this rate, it's like, what good does a government do anymore unless you have total majority, which could happen, I guess, coming up. But
right,
other than that, I mean, if you're split 50-50,
or even close,
even
to 50,
close,
yeah,
it's
right.
not gonna be.
And I mean, I don't know if it's ever been so majorly lopsided where the other side was just totally able to steamroll everything. Maybe a few times in history. I don't know it well enough to say.
Yeah.
But it's so far removed from what I think of as the kind of service that I want out of elected officials at the federal level that it's just shocking.
It's coming off as petty.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, every maneuver is some calculated political thing.
Yeah.
And it's got nothing to do with doing your job.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole Judiciary Committee thing is a stupid idea. The Constitution just says advice and consent of the Senate. They somewhere came along with somewhere along the line they invented the committee thing because it's too complicated and we need to assign committees to report to the whole Senate body and then they, of course, it wound up turning into the Judiciary Committee at some juncture, but there's committees for every possible thing. But the net result is like all these layers of bureaucracy that are not in the Constitution anywhere.
Yeah.
And it just adds all these layers to keep effective and quick decision making from being initiated and executed. So I don't know.
Oh, bureaucracy.
Yeah,
it's everywhere.
Don't get me going on the federal government.
Well, what else is in the news?
Well, I think we're gonna get Mr. Beardsley on the podcast here pretty soon to talk about his bid for county supervisor. Yeah, so I know he's put up a lot of stuff on the rendering plant here.
Yeah, that's local big news, I guess.
Very much. So yeah, are you up on that much?
I'm not.
Shade Stevenson. So I think the issues are several-fold. That there is the rendering plan, obviously, in the community, and then what they do there is like cook
dead carcasses.
Carcasses of pigs primarily, right? Or is it only pigs? Or
I'm pretty sure it's only pigs.
So
is this south of town?
This is where the old Kent Feeds building was.
Yeah. Okay.
So they do that, right? And I think in the summertime, maybe because of the facility and like the nature of the work, it's particularly bad because it's hot in there and the carcasses smell and
that's pretty ripe. Yeah. And we should preface this by saying this rendering plant is probably 3 miles outside of town. So that kind of gives you a sense of how stinky it really is.
And what is like the overall purpose of a rendering plant that burns carcasses?
That's a good question. I don't know if they make fertilizer out of it or, I suppose dead stuff has to go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you just bury it. But that's a good question. I don't know what the end product is, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they turn it into hot dogs or something. I have no idea, but it's they clearly produce something out of the carcasses. That is, I assume they sell.
Yeah.
About have to, right? So, but yeah, like the results are in the community that this like kind of odorous, pungent odor cloud or smell wafts its way through the town, and
I mean, it's ripe. Don't get me wrong. I can smell it on the north side of town where I live.
Mhm.
I think what we're gonna ask Beardsley is, what exactly do you propose of doing about this plant? Because, in my opinion, if you just say, "Oh, we're gonna shut it down," well, there's 30 to 40 jobs that are
Mhm.
already, or that are gone in an already shrinking community. So
Yeah, the jobs portion is important. I've heard arguments that people have said, well, the rendering plant people have stated, well, we're going to do XYZ, and
Yeah.
there's dispute about whether or not that's taken place yet, and so on and so forth. So
yeah,
some of that information is probably pretty key to know whether or not that's true to kind of qualify your position on it. But
yeah,
the jobs thing is a legit concern because I don't know if the community can really afford to
oh no,
turn enterprise.
yeah.
So is
away.
this a new operation in the last like 3 years, like when that transition from Kent feeds, or I guess I guess I don't remember hearing about it much when I lived in town.
I think for some reason I always remember Esterville stinking.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was just a location thing or what, but I know they recently moved within the last 5 to 10 years to that Kent Foods building. So I don't think that was always, where the rendering plant was. But God, on a hot day in the baseball field, oh man, it is ripe. So
Okay.
Yeah.
I can see why people. I mean, you can't even open your windows some days, so I can
wow.
see why people are upset. But
Well, and then the closer you are,
Sure.
yeah,
the
for
worse
sure.
Yeah.
the effects. Yep. I mean, if you can, because your place, Kyle, you've got to be 3-4+ miles
Oh yeah,
from the
yeah.
plant itself.
Mhm.
So
To smell it from there, I mean that's the entire town that it's
that it's covering essentially.
so.
Yep. I haven't smelled it out here really
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
But
To be honest with you, I haven't smelled it recently much either, so maybe it's just due to the weather, but not sure. So.
yeah, so I mean, they've got a major PR problem right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because for whatever reason, it's really kicked up here lately. Like, I mean, people have groaned about it and complained, I think, for some time, but.
Well, it was in the Des Moines Register.
Right, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, last week. It was in the big long article in the Register. So,
Well,
so
and what position is Bill running for?
Bill. Oh,
Cole?
Beardsley, Cole.
Cole Beardsley.
Yeah, Cole Beardsley.
Scratch that from the record.
Yeah, no, that's no problem. Yeah, Cole is going for county supervisor here in Emmett County. So, and I think that the rendering plant, I believe, is outside the city limits, so it falls under
Yeah,
the
county.
jurisdiction. So then, yeah, that would lie in the supervisor's responsibility to oversee that. So, well, yeah, I'm curious to see what Cole has to say, and I kind of know how he is, like what his positions on stuff are, like other things, generally speaking. So I think it'll be a good conversation. I'm looking forward to it.
Yep. Yep.
So that'll be episode 3 for all of our 4 fans.
2 of which are
2
in
of
here.
which are sitting here. Yeah. Right now our subs are me, Kyle, Kevin, I assume.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And then Jesse Shepard. We had Shep on a week or 2 ago,
man,
or
yeah.
well, it's probably been longer than that, but
Yeah. We're going global.
yeah. Well, we would have more videos, Mr. Grims, if you hadn't begged me to take them down. That's some good content. We
It wasn't good.
Speaking of which, we should revisit that because we got Steve here, and I know he will see reason. So, what was that hypothetical? It was like, I can't remember. Yeah, it was like Jordan, Iverson, and was it
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Jordan, Iverson, and like I think Pippen. Is that right? Maybe or
No.
maybe it was somebody else.
Jordan.
Oh yeah, it was Jordan, Kobe, Iverson.
Yeah.
3-on-3 against Durant, LeBron, and Steph Curry, I think. Was that the first?
Yeah.
Because we were swapping it out. Because
Yeah.
you're like, oh, what if it's Shaq? Seeds high. It was the most ridiculous discussion ever. So here's
Okay.
the premise, Steve.
Okay.
Let me clarify so everybody it makes sense. It's a 3-on-3. The one team is Jordan, Kobe, Allen Iverson.
They
The
don't
other
lose.
The other
don't
one
pass.
is LeBron, Kevin Durant, Steph Curry.
Okay.
It's all
That's
LeBron.
not even-
yeah,
that's
it's
not
not
even
even
close.
close.
Oh, come on.
There's only one basketball for that first team.
The matchups are. I mean, how would you get past the matchups? Like LeBron, Durant's like 7 feet tall. I mean,
Well, who
He
would match up with who? So I would probably put. I bet Durant could guard Jordan. That puts LeBron on Allen Iverson, and who would be the? Well, actually,
Kobe.
sorry, Curry would guard Iverson.
and then LeBron, Kobe.
Yeah, but the spacing on that second team, I mean, that'd be insane. I mean, you just put Durant and Curry out at 3-point line,
Yeah.
have LeBron draw one of them in, and because who's guarding LeBron on that
Yeah,
team?
exactly. Yep. Kyle was just, seeds high in me the whole time.
I'm 2 against 1 here. All right. What if we replaced AI with Magic in its prime?
AI with Magic. So that now they're taller
Yeah.
because Magic's
And thicker.
6'8" or 9 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
That makes it a little more complicated, I would say, because then they match up better.
Yeah.
And they have a distributor.
Yep. But Magic can't score as well. Like all three, LeBron, Durant, Curry can all score. But I don't know if Magic was that good of a scorer.
I don't know
was he?
who Curry would guard. I think he'd be eaten alive, but
Yeah.
so that'd be more interesting.
Yeah.
I think he'd put Curry on Magic Johnson, which is a
Ridiculous.
yeah.
Well, let's make it happen. Call them up. See if they'll play
Yeah.
3-on-3.
Plug in the 2K.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was telling Kyle that. So I made just for fun, I was like goofing around, made a crazy Lakers roster with like all-time Lakers.
Yeah.
So I had Jabbar, Magic in his prime, LeBron, Kobe. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna play the Warriors and just see. And I was like struggling to keep up with them. They're so jacked up in that game. They're just draining threes from everywhere. And like, I have Shaq and Jabbar on the floor at the same time.
I feel like basketball's gonna be headed that way in the next 20 years.
With bigs or?
No, with
Oh.
more Golden State teams just
Yeah.
spacing the floor, shooting threes, because you have a much larger pool of potential players
Yeah.
that are out there practicing shooting threes.
Yeah.
That I mean, you can just plug them in, and
Yeah, you really don't have that dominant center position anymore. I mean, I think it really ended with Dwight Howard. You can make an argument for Boogie and
Yeah.
Anthony Davis, but Anthony's more of a 4 guy anyway, in my
Right.
opinion.
yeah, more skilled.
Yeah.
And Boogie's kind of that way too, though. Doesn't
Yeah.
he have a little mid-range game and stuff too?
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not just back to the basket, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
Yao Mings, I think, are done, and
Mhm.
Shaq.
So who's the last really great center in your opinion? Like back to the basket, old school center.
I mean, Shaquille O'Neal in like 04.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think
He's
I
the
like
last
Dwight
one?
Howard
Dwight
with
Howard.
the Rockets, or not the Rockets, but Magic.
Magic. Yeah, they went to the finals in 09, I think, right?
Yeah, he carried him there.
Yeah. They just spread it out with shooters around him, and then
Yeah.
it was Dwight.
Dwight, yeah.
I can't really think of a center in the league now that, I mean, is like a powerhouse load.
Well, I don't think it's efficient anymore either, because if you're not getting calls down there,
Yeah.
then I mean you're risking. I mean, a open 3-pointer is always going to be better.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you get it down there in the post and they don't call anything, that's a wasted trip. And,
Right.
Three's better than 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
and if you do get fouled, a center's probably going to make 1 out of 2.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I liked your point you made about the larger pool of people practicing too. And then like the other thing that popped in my mind when you're saying that is you don't need I mean, you sort of do maybe to some extent, but you don't need like the 1 in a million genetic freak
Yeah.
either to be the centerpiece of your team.
Yeah. I think they can still play, obviously, but I mean, if the population rises with like a Steph Curry type, I mean, and maybe he is just once in a lifetime, but I feel like he's gotten there just through like purely just working on his game. So he's not like a super freak athlete. In college, he
Right.
didn't really impress me athletically. So
Yeah, I guess that's his appeal. He's kind of the everyman's basketball player, but I still loathe the guy. He's a good player and everything, but yeah, right.
Bless up.
I used to hate him for it because I feel like that's why the media kind of jumped on that train. It's like, oh, he's short, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Tebow thing going for him. I don't know how that connection works, but anyway, but I actually really respect him. He's hit big shots at big moments, and
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't
Can't take that
deny
away from him. Yep. But I'm ride or there's two players I'm ride or die with all day long. I don't care what anybody tells me. And it was Shaq in the 90s, and it's LeBron after Shaq.
Yeah.
And
Shaq's my fave. Then
I'm
it's
done.
Reggie Miller for me.
Reggie was good.
T-Mac.
Yeah, I remember.
T-Mac
Yeah,
was-
Steve.
yeah.
I remember
I was
you
a big
liking
T-Mac
Steve.
fan.
Yeah. Did
You
you like
always had-
Orlando Magic T-Mac, or did you like him in
That's when I started.
Houston.
Yeah. Houston, I didn't even really watch him, really. He had that ridiculous game where he scored like 13, or
Yeah.
can't remember the numbers.
Zillion
of
points
points
in
in
2
2
seconds.
seconds.
Yeah, 13 points, and yeah, I don't remember, but it was crazy.
Yeah, I remember Shade Stevenson always had T-Mac shoes in high school.
Yeah, he's probably my favorite player of all time. That's
Yeah.
what I tried to like be like the most.
Yeah.
I would have loved to be LeBron, but you can't be LeBron. He's
Yeah.
like, you know, that's genetics.
Yep.
I like Paul Pierce too. He's one of my
Yep, he was
faves.
good.
He can be Paul Pierce.
Yeah, I know, because he's fat and not athletic.
He's kind of ordinary.
Yeah, that's why I like him, because he just he wasn't a freak. He was just, just Paul Pierce.
So, okay, what about the everybody blames the super team thing on LeBron all the time, but they totally ignore the Kevin Garnett and the Ray Allen and Paul Pierce Celtics.
I don't consider that a super team.
Okay, why
No.
not?
Because those aren't all-star type players, in my opinion.
What?
I know Paul Pierce is.
Kevin Garnett.
They're all
Yeah,
stars.
but Kevin Garnett was like 40 or 30 something.
I don't think he was that old.
He's not that old, no.
Because they put that. When did they put that team together? In like 2000.
That was 09, 10. I think.
Well,
They won it.
They won in 8, right? And
Oh, and then the Lakers won it the next
They
year.
won
I
their
think.
first year, though, didn't they? I thought they won their first year
I
together.
don't know. All I remember is anything is possible.
I think they won it their first year
Watched it
together.
at your house too.
I want to say they won in 8. So if that was the first year, yeah, Garnett played like 5-6 years after that, didn't he?
Well, he was like
Yeah.
an MVP in 04. Is that right?
I don't remember.
So he was. I think all those guys were like in their prime, were they? Allen and
Just
Garnett.
coming out of it, I think.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe a little over the hill, maybe, but
Yeah, I don't know. I just think if you compare KG, Paul Pierce, and Ray Allen to today's super teams, I just don't think they hold a candle. Let's see the big three: Durant, Steph, Klay Thompson. They're going to beat those the Celtics big three any day of the week. So is LeBron, Kyrie, and who was their third? D Wade. No, it was Chris Bosh, D Wade, and
I
LeBron.
think if you put LeBron on nearly any team back in 2000, what was it, 10?
2010, yeah.
I feel like if you put him on maybe half the teams in the league, that would have created a super team. Because that Cavaliers
LeBron
squad was
was.
garbage.
Yeah.
And they made it to
Yeah.
the finals. Or I guess Eastern
You're
Conference. that
telling
year.
me Andre Verjao wasn't legit? Was that his first name? Andre?
Anderson
Verjao. Yeah, that's right.
God.
and Mo Williams.
Mo Williams,
Delonte West.
Oh God.
Man, times were rough in
Yeah.
Cleveland. They're gonna be now.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I could have made that team. That's how bad they were.
oh man, Anderson Verjao.
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
They had Lopez too, didn't they? Back then.
It might. I don't know. I can't remember. We're going. Yeah, this is back to the spring of 2010.
Jeez.
I remember that move. We watched it in the apartment.
Yeah.
When when they announced it.
The decision
Oh,
or
yeah.
whatever.
It's
God,
good
I was
times.
pumped. I mean, it was the next morning we were watching the ESPN, and I was like, oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, Steve or Shade. I think you had a C shift or something at a place that shall not be named.
I remember the first year they were
Up at the
together.
ledge.
The first year they were
Woods
together,
ledge.
they made it to the finals, played the Mavericks. Of course, you're cheering.
Oh
on
yeah.
Oh
Dirk
God,
and-
he was trolling me so hard.
I go to and like I just remember I'm like, fuck, like they're gonna lose. I'm gonna hear it. I go to a C shift and Grims is like, they lost. They're texting me. I'm like, yeah, I know.
What? I just had to make sure everybody
How's
knew.
my Dirk taste?
Oh man, I was so pissed off. I know had been drinking that evening, and really they lost it in game 2 of that series, but
Yeah,
still, that's
I remember
beside the
that.
point. Yeah. So, yeah, they choked it away, and Kyle was like, "What's up? What's up?" You know, and he's getting in my face, and I'm just like bringing the fist back.
Yeah, that whole year you
Oh,
heard about how
man.
Dwayne Wade was the catalyst, the Batman, but then as soon as things fell apart, it's like, where was LeBron?
Yeah.
Where's the real Batman?
Yeah. LeBron just couldn't guard that big white German.
I gotta respect Dirk though. That was the last time that somebody won a championship kind of by himself, sort of. I mean, I guess
Yeah.
Jason Terry was pouring some
Yeah.
shots in and stuff, but
It was.
It was one of the
mostly
better teams to have it happen to.
Yeah.
The Heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, Udonis Haslam and D Wade, Chris Bosh.
it's hard to not like Dirk.
Yeah.
I respect him.
Yeah. Doesn't talk, just plays.
Just plays, yeah.
Stayed with one team
Mhm.
forever.
I remember watching him play in the garage with my dad with Steve Nash.
Oh,
back when
yeah.
he first came in.
Yeah. Steve
Van
Nash.
Exel shooting
Oh
free
man,
throws
Nick
from
Van Exel,
2
yeah.
steps back.
Yeah. Long socks.
Because earlier the closer ones are too easy.
Wait, did he have long socks or was it?
He had long socks, yeah.
Okay.
And Terry did.
I was thinking of Keith Van Horn.
He did too.
Okay. Man, long socks were awesome.
Yeah. LeBron got a little payback on Jason Terry though when he went and played for Boston and probably had one of the better dunks of his career.
Oh.
I think that must have been the 11-12 season or maybe 12-13. I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember. I just remember he got a T for staring him down.
Yeah, I think it was 12-13 because it was Norris Cole that threw the lob to him. And I'm
That whole
pretty sure
play-
that's when he got drafted was 12. So
That whole play, if you watch it, is just ridiculous how good the passing was. There's like 3 passes that led up to that perfect lob. Boom!
Jim remembers every single LeBron dunk from
pretty much.
04
yeah.
to 2018.
Yeah, I'm a LeBron historian.
That first year with the Heat, no, the second year with the Heat, because after he got all that hate, that's when I really jumped in and was like, I don't know. That's when I really got involved.
Yep.
And I watched probably 75% of the games that next year.
Oh yeah,
And then I'd watch first take and
Oh,
Every
yeah,
day.
to see what Skip
Stephen A.
Bayless
just
had to
going-
say.
you know, this is blasphemous. How dare you? You know, all that kind of stuff. Skip is just giving him the stink eye
Yeah.
over in the side. Yeah.
LeBron is weak.
Yeah. You got to get it done, LeBron. LeBron. That's how he said it. LeBron.
They did a top 10 players you'd like to have at the end of that finals. They lost against Dirk, and LeBron didn't make the list. And
Oh,
I just
jeez.
wanted to throw something at the TV.
Yikes.
It's ridiculous.
They took Carmelo third.
Ugh. Yeah. Sure looks like a good choice now, doesn't
Yeah.
it, boys? Carmelo's coming off the bench, I think.
And they literally did that segment for people like me that would watch their show the rest of the year
And
because
just
I'm
be
so
salty.
pissed.
Yeah.
And I just fed right into it.
Where's Carmelo at now?
Houston.
Houston.
Okay.
Sixth man.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think they got worse because they lost Ariza and who's their other guy that was their
Oh.
defender dude? Some crazy name
Yeah,
I
it starts
remember.
with a C, I think, doesn't it?
Oh, they had Chris Anderson,
No.
Bird.
Yeah, but
Oh, wait, you talking the Rockets here?
Yeah,
Yeah, they lost
sorry,
their
we're back
center,
to
didn't they?
current Rockets.
Current Rockets, they Capella.
Capella, yeah.
Yeah, they re-signed him. They're going to be
Clint
pretty good.
Capella.
Yeah, they lost Trevor Ariza though. I'm right on that. Am I?
Yep, he
Right,
signed.
yeah.
I was surprised. He signed. I can't remember where, but I thought that was a big loss.
Yeah, because Harden doesn't guard anybody. Carmelo is not a defensive prowess really. I guess that Capella guy. Is he sort of their post
He's
player?
pretty good.
He's
Yeah,
a rim protector.
rim
Yeah.
protector type. But that Ariza guy, I thought was whoever they stuck on their other team's best scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting old though.
They have Eric Gordon there too.
He's old.
He's a baller. I remember watching him playing at Indiana.
Yeah.
He rocked the T-shirt look.
Nice.
Pretty clean.
Yeah. Speaking of that, we should probably check who's got the Iowa State score.
Oh yeah.
Iowa State's
Go Cyclones.
playing TCU tonight.
Yep.
Is that right? Let's just run through the scores real quick.
Yep.
Let's see.
Let me ask you this,
Ooh.
Shade Stevenson. How overrated are the Iowa Hawkeyes this season?
They were too hyped.
I don't think they were. I mean, what's the phrase? The fake ID of college football.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are who we thought they were,
Yeah.
and we let them off the hook.
Yeah. Denny Green.
Which, by the way, I went to the Buffalo Bills Vikings game last week,
Oh,
which was
no.
just like stick in the eye.
Ugh.
But Denny Green was he was like celebrated at halftime, and like the players like left to booze, and it's just like the worst time to ever have it.
Laura and I do a Survivor League every year where we put in $10 or $20 or something, and the pot is big enough. It's like $700 a grand, something
Nice.
like that. There's
Jeez.
enough people in it. And my strategy this year was just pick whoever played the Bills every week as my winner.
Oh wow.
And of course, I landed on the Vikings, and I thought, they're pretty good. You know, the Bills suck. It should be a shoe in. And
Yeah, probably everybody had that pick though.
yeah, I don't feel too dumb, but I kind of do at the same time. And Laura doesn't help because after the fact, she's like, "Oh, I had a feeling they were gonna lose. It's the Vikings."
We don't make bets on your feelings.
Yeah, I'm like, well, where were you ahead of time, Laura? Could have used that information before the pick.
And we got Iowa State 7, TCU 14.
Nah.
Penn State's beating
And
Ohio
TCU's
State.
got the ball with the second half just started and they
Yeah.
scored. And they got the ball back somehow.
Lame.
Because isn't that like 4 seconds in?
I think
Or
it's
15.
Yeah,
sorry,
it's 15.
I'm thinking NBA quarters.
Maybe they picked.
Hopefully
it
those
up.
are 12 minutes. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
So you guys getting the band together?
Yeah, it's coming along pretty well. It's a little tough getting everybody to show up to band practice
Hey.
every week.
Bruh, I got a wow. I slipped on the ice and hurt my back.
So,
I can't raid tonight.
get this-
Wait, I can't come to basketball tonight.
Get this excuse, Shade Stevenson.
Yeah, you got one out. I'll hit you back with one after you do yours. So just go ahead. Go ahead.
Kyle's going to do the Kavanaugh. He's going to be like, I like WoW. I like the WoW once in a while.
I like a beer every once in a while. Do you drink beer? Do you like WoW?
Have I WoW till I black out? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I have. Do you drink beer?
He took a snap and sent me a picture of the basement where he's been wowing here all day, just fast food bags strewn about.
Oh my God.
No pants on.
I categorically deny your accusation.
So Kyle's excuse last week was can't come to band. I'm like, all right, band practice Sunday afternoon, blah blah blah. He was like, yeah, all right, I'm game, et cetera, et cetera. Kyle's like, oh, I got to flake out. But I think this was a second flake in a row because I
Yep,
believe
this
you
was second
flaked
flakage.
the week before for what was the excuse that time? I can't remember. Was it Kelly Agro? I think.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we had FFT or something.
Yeah.
Last Sunday, I had to. We were getting the baby's room ready. I remember that.
What's his name?
Shade
Agramar.
Agramar, yeah. Illidan.
Yeah. Malfurion.
Malfurion Illidan Grems. Oh, shoot.
No, what is it going to be, man? I think this is the time
Don't
you
know.
reveal it on the podcast. It's
No.
not like anybody will know because nobody's watching anyways.
we haven't made any concrete decisions yet. So.
Okay. Well, I hope the Beast is in the running at least at this
Shaquille.
point.
Shaquille O'Grams. All right, so here's a good flake story. To all our listeners, it was about 2011 or
Is this
12.
SEC?
We're playing big game night, right? Playing slow break basketball against one of the.
Who was it? I think it was the funeral home or something.
They had gotten better.
Yeah, they're getting
Oh, yeah.
better. You know, we needed
Made some acquisitions.
we needed our post presence down low, and so we're all in the gym probably about 15 minutes before game time. I text Jimmy, you know, where the heck you at? Oh, bro, slipped on the ice and hurt my back. Okay. Come to find out, raiding ICC 15 or ICC 10 all night.
Seeds. It was ICC 25.
Oh, it was ICC 25.
Were you
Okay.
pugging it, or is it with Primal Chaos?
Oh man, that's a good question. Probably a pug because I would have maybe flaked if it was the guild because I would have known the schedule.
Yeah.
Okay.
'Cause I'm not sure if PC was good enough to do ICC 25 at that time.
Who was like the main PC guy?
Nelly Furtado.
Nelly Furtado,
That's
What?
we're missing shade guy.
Oh man, so many good WoW stories.
God,
Yeah.
you even had like WoW came with like a calendar, didn't it? Like was it a
Yeah.
guild calendar or something that
Yep,
like
there's a
showed
calendar
you
there.
like when your
When-
appointments were?
Yep.
Yep.
God,
Gotta be
that's-
there. You're gonna get fined
Yeah.
50 CP.
That's awesome. I used to
No,
roll,
DKP. That's what it is.
before they made like the auto roll rules. I just rolled everything that was like, because I played WoW somewhat knowing the stats, like, but really I just had no idea what I was doing. I was just like killing stuff. Did not get in like the technical aspects of anything, so I just like roll on like mage stuff I thought looked cool, and
Yeah.
so I got kicked out of so many pubs. And just
We got a
I was
hunter
that
rolling
guy.
on cloth.
What the hell, Shade?
on tar-
What the hell?
What? I rolled 100. It's mine.
WTF, WTF, WTF,
Don't be
WTF.
salty, Reetz.
Oh, yeah, we haven't talked about Reetz yet on this
Yeah.
podcast.
I gotta give him a plug. He made me some good pizza today.
Mm-hmm. They got GF pizza now at the Casey's.
Yep, it's delicious.
Yeah.
Delicious.
Is it superior to some of the other pizza establishments?
Yes.
Or?
Casey's gluten-free pizza is my second favorite gluten-free pizza that I've ever had.
What's first?
First is at the Reetz in Bogie,
Huh?
but Casey's is up there. It's good stuff.
If I told you, Steve, ever about my fantasy to open up like a building that looks identical to the Ritz, right next door to the Ritz, but call it the Reetz, and then just pay Teets a salary to just sit in there and dude, fucking.
Gotta
we
have
should have-
pizza as a
That's what I was
guest.
just gonna say. We gotta get his ass on here.
He'd be great for the podcast.
He would take over. God, these mics are shitty. Gotta get you some new stuff up in here.
We'll figure out a way to rig up a headset for him so he can just have the headphones and then the
Yeah.
Xbox mic or however it's rigged up.
Oh man.
The Reetz, though. Once I win the lottery, man, I'm putting the Reetz together.
Yep.
It cost a lot of money, but totally worth it.
Go completely bankrupt and just
Confuse everybody.
yeah.
Like, what's it called? There's the Ritz or the Reetz?
No,
or-
you got to go to the Reetz. The Ritz? No, the Reetz. Run the Ritz completely out of business. That'd be so awesome.
People on the phone out front. You said the Reetz. Reetz is out front. No, the Reetz. Get in here, man.
We're slinging Zaz.
Oh, man. Did you come to the I don't know, maybe you were in Iowa City or something. Kevy was there dressed as Alice Cooper.
No, I wasn't
Were
there.
you- oh,
I
man,
was in
that was-
school.
That was a good time. We went to the Ritz. It was like we were partying for Halloween. Kevy was Alice Cooper. Kat was, I think,
Britney Spears.
Britney Spears. Yeah, I dressed up as Brett Michaels. Shrimp was there, and he was like a farmer or something.
Shrimp and raw.
Yeah, Ra was along. We went to some haunted house or whatever, but we got to the Reetz, and I was like 3 sheets to the wind, hitting on people in the parking lot and stuff. And they had a costume contest, and I got up and grabbed the microphone. And I was like saying Poison songs
Yeah.
and stuff. Be like, "Hey, everybody, every rose has its thorn, and talk dirty to me. And my costume wasn't that good. Like,
Yeah.
I did like a wig and I had the bandana and stuff and the eyeliner, but that was like it.
Did you win it?
No.
Oh.
There was like 8 people with excellent like Pirates of the Caribbean
Oh yeah.
costumes in there that time.
Yeah.
It was something special. Ooh, just thought of something. Let's do a little story time with Shade Stevenson. So
Okay.
tell us the story of when we left when we left the Iowa State game here a couple of weeks ago, and then all the events that transcribed afterwards.
Spending like $300 on Hoobers. So, let's see. I gotta try and remember that. So we left. Yeah, okay. We left Kinnick. Then we walked downtown.
Because the plan was, as I recall, originally was to, hey, let's go find a pub or something and just have a beer and a sandwich.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Kind of an early night, but still get the bar scene a little bit.
Yeah, and that
And then what happened?
that migrated into walking train tracks like 3 miles outside Iowa City by a veterans hospital.
I felt like we were getting lost a little bit downtown, and Kyle was supposed to be our navigator.
We were downtown. We were fine,
We
but
couldn't
everywhere
get
was packed.
We have internet service, so our plan was like go out in the boonies, but not as far as we ended up to get an Uber called in.
Yeah,
But then we took a path on that railroad track that was just no return, and you guys climb up the side of the tracks to get up on the road, and you guys don't call down. So I'm like, oh, they must have found like a sidewalk. So I climb up there, whatever, jump over, run like a freeway, like there's no sidewalk.
man, that was
You guys just weren't gonna come back down.
no. We weren't coming back.
I was
down.
done. I was afraid we were going to get shanked by a hobo or something.
Yeah,
I mean, that ravine thing was getting very sketchy.
Yeah, it for sure was.
that was mud.
So then we have our Uber ride.
Oh, God.
Remember that?
I gotta bite my tongue.
What? What do you have to say that's so offensive?
Nothing. Can't
Well-
even hear ourselves think.
The gal, she said something to the effect of, "Oh, this is my favorite song," and then went like that and turned it to uncomfortably loud.
Oh,
Well, and by the way, we had her 9-year-old son in the car with us as well at whatever time it was, 10:30 at night.
And
Ish.
they don't have the privilege of eating fries from McDonald's.
yeah.
So they go home and cut their
I'm just
own.
going like this.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't have the privilege of watching TV, but she's got a Mustang and
Oh
It's
yeah,
got
that's
two
right. She
cars.
had a
Yeah.
Mustang.
to cruise around Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then we get to the non-existent steakhouse, thanks to Kyle.
hey, I didn't know that wasn't there. That's where it was before, but
That was supposed to be the climax.
that was it. Just get us some food.
Like, no, Pancheros is fine. McDonald's. Oh no, hell no.
Mama gonna take care of you.
I'm not your mama, but your boys need to eat. So then we get stuck in the car with her for another however long.
Yeah.
I will say though, her suggestion was good.
Yeah, that was a good
Steak,
stuff.
Yeah, that was a good
Where
steak.
were we trying to go? We were trying to go to
Outback,
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
which
Outback,
doesn't
yeah.
exist. Speaking of which, that Outback, one of the ladies that worked there swiped Kelly's card and stole her information.
No way.
Yeah.
How long ago?
Oh,
Like,
that was when I was in school.
oh yeah.
But yeah, pretty shady. Sold her stuff to like France or something.
Oofda.
It was messed up.
I feel like you guys have a sweet like D&D set up down here.
Oh, we should. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I
We
think
should
that'd
get
be
D&D
awesome.
going.
Because you can like, yeah. I have a lot of the books already. So
Yeah.
it'd be
Nice.
Like I PDF them.
Are you
so.
getting into that now,
What?
D&D, Steve, or have you been into that for a while? Or
I've never like had a group to like play with, but I
Mm.
was really interested in it. Like I don't know if it was my senior year of high school. It was like around WoW time,
Yeah.
where I kind of got all the books and was like reading into it. So I know like the general gist of it, but I don't think I've ever actually played.
Mm.
Yeah,
So-
we tried.
Oh yeah, a basketball
once.
tournament. We like bought the pre-made. Oh, you
did?
must be talking about a different one because you played with Brandon Hanson.
Yeah,
once.
that's what I was talking about.
We actually were at a basketball tournament with the Lorenz folks, and I made my dad buy me the D&D base set, and he was just like,
Oh
giving me
yeah.
all sorts of shit about it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You guys are nerds. Shut up, Jeff. Leave me alone. What the hell's an elf?
he used to always come home with Spencer Johnson, Spencer.
John Spencerson.
We would be watching Lord of the Rings like during the summer break, and Jeff would come home from lunch and he'd be like watching like as like Merry and Pippin are on the tree, like ride around. He'd be like, "Hit me again, Pippin. My tree is slowing down." And he would just sit there and give a shit all day.
Yeah, Jeff. Oh yeah, Jeff's. I can't see him sitting down to watch a.
He's not into the fantasy genre too
Oh,
much.
Not at
man.
all.
Is he an action film fan, or I mean, what kind of stuff is he into?
He is a skeptical, realistic, and he likes all of his shows and TV to be that way.
Okay.
So
Okay.
anything that's like out of, but I mean, his action movies he watches, he likes, and those are like outlandish. But
Yeah,
he really hates like anything sci-fi.
sure.
So I don't know.
Oh, we're not done with our story though. There's more to it. Remember,
Is there?
because when
Oh.
Jeff and Jen
Oh
came
yeah.
to pick us up, they've informed us of all the happenstance in the interim, right?
Yeah. So.
Apparently, the dog's tail should have been like this, but was instead.
Speaking of that, do you know how that turned out?
He's healing up.
Okay.
Yeah, like for weeks after, he's had a cone on and it keeps breaking open.
Yeah.
So it's just been a mess to deal with. But I don't know if they spent the day cleaning all the walls, but if you remember walking into that apartment,
Yeah.
there's the actual like shared hallways were
the
just
murder
covered in
scene.
blood. It was just horrifying.
Oh.
Yeah,
man.
so for the listeners, Shade Stevenson's sister,
Shadina.
Shadina, had her pet dog broke its tail mysteriously.
Yeah.
I would say pretty much fell on the lap 100% of the dog watcher person, just due to their negligence. But at any rate, a big, huge vet bill. How much was it? Like $700 or something insane like
It was
that.
so along those
And
lines,
then, get the dog back and it's stitched up, but then it starts wagging its tail around and like the open wound,
Oh my god.
bandages fall off or something, and
Starts
just
spraying blood.
everywhere, all over,
Yeah.
and this white walled new apartment complex. Bunch got on Kyle's pillow, but we got
Yeah.
home to a scene, man. 'Cause
Oh man. That's
all the
crazy.
girls were just,
A mess.
yeah, they were super flustered and trying to clean everything up.
Well, weren't you telling me, Jim, that you talked to Jeff?
yeah, he said
sometime-
he didn't remember
Yeah,
it.
just said Jeff didn't remember any of it.
So, okay, here's that story quick, Dylan. We got a bunch of carpet at the law office
Okay.
and went through the store to get
Yeah,
it. So Jeff had been in and out, and the girls had been maybe going over and looking at samples and stuff. And I told him the story all about it Monday morning and everything. And
Yeah.
he's just, Jeff's like, oh, what? I don't even remember going to pick him up. I like, he seemed fine to me.
Maybe he's just super low, like
Yeah,
on
it
blood
could've
sugar.
been.
Yeah, okay, I don't know.
I don't know. I guess yeah, he didn't seem like drunk or anything. I don't know.
But it was just cracked me up 'cause-
And you were there,
no, I wasn't there.
so that's the worst. You can't even be like, no, like
yeah, I didn't have a chance to
they
rebut
just
it.
think you're crazy.
Yeah, exactly. The girls are like, so Jeff didn't remember any of this. Like you told us.
Did you even go to Iowa City this
Yeah.
weekend?
Like, no, sorry. So, anyways, Pat and Sue, it happened, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are Pat and Sue our listeners?
No, of course not.
the
But
ladies that
you
work
never
in the
know.
Okay.
And Janet, I forgot Janet. Sorry.
I feel like your son in the future is gonna dig all this up and watch
Oh,
it.
probably.
So
Hello.
I just want to acknowledge him.
Hello,
Yep.
future
The unnamed
son. Don't do what I did.
Voldemort, I think, is appropriate until
Voldemort,
we're
yeah.
told.
Mm-hmm.
Voldemort.
Yeah, baby Voldemort.
Gislon Jr.
Yeah. What kind of things are you looking forward to doing with your like sports, or what happens if he's
Yep.
like a fine arts kid, or you
The,
ain't gonna care? Healthy and happy, is that the main thing?
the
or-
baby will do crunches as soon as he's out of the womb.
Nice, excellent.
Get him on the weights at 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna enroll him in IKM or IGM Academy or wherever that is. IMG, yep, IMG Academy.
What's that? now?
Florida.
That's
It's an
like
alternative high school for ballers.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then actually no, maybe I'll just send him to Lake.
Yeah.
Just get him
Lake.
Give him over the lake.
Have you been to the lake football field? Oh my God.
What?
Spirit Lake.
No, well, like in the last 10 years I have.
Like the turf and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be better than like Buena Vista's facility.
Yeah,
I would
that's
think.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're never good. They lost last night, right?
Yeah, they did. They lost last
Yeah.
night to a pretty low team.
Huh? What happened to Esterville? Why'd they beat us so bad then?
Well, we lost last night to an 0-4 too. I
Garner?
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna try to catch the game last night, but they were away.
Oh, in
so-
Garner. Oh,
No,
yeah.
they were away.
Dang it.
Yeah, that's too bad. I'm pulling for Ezak and those boys.
Mhm.
Take a little while to.
Who's the JV coach and everything?
I think he's got Rossford on his squad, and
Trying to keep this good for radio.
yeah, yeah.
Gosh, who's the kid with the beard? The
Oh,
big boy?
Bonner.
Bonner,
Gable.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, Gable.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
But he's I think they got some good talent coming up. So
Do they have enough big kids to maintain
Yeah, that's
their
the thing.
line size?
probably not.
Because right now they've got enough big boys kind of to make
Yeah.
a decent line, right? But yeah, you get to where you've only got one kid above 200 or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets to be a problem.
So we'll see. Be interesting.
Yeah, well, maybe Tay's kid will be in high school
Yeah.
soon. He'd be a big boy.
Did
kinda.
I tell you, Steve, that our main baller this year, Octavius, he tore his ACL and or meniscus during football,
I thought you last time I talked to you, you said that you hadn't.
and he was walking around on it just fine. And they finally did an MRI. And they're like, yeah, you don't have an ACL.
Oh, geez. So they're having surgery and everything.
Yeah, so he's done.
Because that's what happened to. Well, I don't know if that's what happened, but there was that center that played for Pitt, and then went to the Spurs, and they like did an MRI during the
Oh,
draft
yeah,
process, and
yeah.
like you don't have ACLs.
Yeah.
So-
What was his name? Oh, he was
He's a
good too.
beast.
Man, he played against the Hawks. I remember they. Gosh.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name.
But they just did an MRI, and they're like, you don't have ACLs, so they don't know if they had torn and just not grown back, or if you
Yeah.
just like never developed them. But so anyway, because like you can walk on 'em and not have surgery,
Yep.
you can choose not to have surgery.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it depends on how much crazy stuff you want to do, I suppose. If you want to be fully, have your full range of motion and not
Yeah.
risk further damage and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's possible, I think, just to brace them up, and even if you do want to do sports.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we'd be worse off with a 70%
Yeah.
Octavius than we would otherwise.
Well, and what is he, 10th grade or something?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, do his surgery, he'll heal up pretty quick, and he'll be ready to go for the next season. So too bad, cost him a
Yeah.
year of high school though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, I remember you were worried about that too. Like the first game, we just
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
returning punts. I mean, that's the most injury prone position.
Yeah.
is it really?
Oh,
I just thought it was awful.
Yeah, I remember Steve returning punts.
I used to cheer against our defense, hoping that they get a first down just inside like the 40 to where they would go for it on fourth and not punt. And I'd be like, their punt team would trot out, I'd be like, you fucking kidding me?
Steve, better let this one bounce. Better let this one bounce.
Cabot would I'm like, you got from like 3 feet over. That's you. Like, I'll take this little sliver over here.
Huh.
I always said I'll never do anything tougher in my life than catch punts for Jerry Schultz on that
Yeah.
junior year. Because like my whole thing was that whole team our junior year put in so much work in the weight room. Like Sheastel,
Yeah.
Eggers, all those guys. I put in 0. I was so lazy. And they throw me out there to catch punts. I'm like, there's multiple times like in that playoff game where I'm like, their whole careers will end if I just fucking drop this ball. I'm like, and I haven't done shit. Like, I'm like, I would feel awful ending these guys' careers just by dropping the stupid ball. Oh, it's terrifying.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
And nobody ever thinks about that until it happens. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're getting the ball back.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, got it back yet, guys. Let's see if I can catch this. No pressure.
we gotta send Deuce out there.
I was just wetting my pants. Anyway.
What'd you play on offense? Wide out or something? Or
I was
Yeah.
pretty slow, but I was tall, so they'd stick me
Yeah.
out there.
Just chuck it up, man. Deuce,
Chuck
go
it
get
up.
it.
Did you ever try to like get yards after the catch, or did you just?
I never even really tried. I was so focused on just catching the ball and like getting the 30 yards that
Yeah, catch it and fall down.
Yeah, I wasn't super like flexible. My balance is awful. So like just catching the ball I'm like, that's what I can do. I can't. I'm not like Antonio Brown or whatever.
Yeah.
Twist around in the air and land.
I don't know.
And take off.
I don't know
yeah.
who I'd be like in like because most people can run after the catch, but
Well, shoot. I mean,
we would only throw on 3rd and like 20.
yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Well, it was nice though because we'd just run Steve on like a 9 route or a fly, and Grook would just chuck it up, and Steve's like 6'5" and just go up and get it.
And the other team wouldn't be expecting it ever because we never threw
Yeah.
the ball, so
Yeah.
I could always get by them.
Yeah, that was dope.
That
Well, that's when our line was like an average weight of 300 pounds.
was a lot of fun that year. The next year, not so much.
Yeah. We were actually just talking about, I work with Alex Aaron's mom at school.
Oh, yeah?
She's an aide, and
Oh, I didn't know that.
we were talking about that last Lamar's game where we dragged him across the goal line with
Grab him
the
by the
face
face
mask.
I mean, there was like 4 people pulling him, but like
Yeah.
I had him by the face mask too.
Yeah. Yeah,
So when he took off running, I was like, "This idiot!" And then I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna score!" Speaking of like ultimate ways to end a career, was that game like we ended on a win, but didn't have to go into the playoffs and lose right away, and we could just play basketball. I was
Yeah.
like, this is awesome.
Score.
Remember Schultz would be like strolling around back in practice, and you and I would just be sitting there probably talking about WoW. Like we honestly were. And he would just go to us and goes, "We're not talking about basketball back here."
Yeah.
It's just like, no, I World of Warcraft.
Come on, coach.
Who do you think we are?
Definitely not football, but I mean,
Yeah, I remember he used to get really mad about going to open gyms and stuff. And
I remember when our team went to the playoffs when I was a sophomore. I wasn't really on varsity, but they made me sit on the sideline, freeze my ass off. And I had like a basketball tournament, and I skipped practice. Do
Yeah.
you remember that?
kind
Oh God, Schultz, I guess, just like freaked out about it. But so I wasn't even gonna go out for football my junior
Oh,
year.
yeah.
So like, pretty sure Schultz hates me.
he's a cupcake now. He's happy as a lark. He
Yeah,
seems.
when I
Is he
say hi to
still
him,
doing
he
driver's ed? Or?
Yeah,
Wow.
still hanging around school.
Wow.
That was a fun staff, though. I mean, shoot, Schultz, West, Trug,
Loftus.
Trug Jr., Loftus.
True, yeah.
Who else is Evans
Yeah.
and Milner. Oh my God, that was the saltiest coaching staff ever.
It was, yeah. I hated football though.
Vandal too.
So you already said that your kid, like you'll encourage or not discourage, I guess, him playing football.
Yeah, I'm not on board with like MYFL when they're in first grade.
Yeah.
I'm not big on that. I think flag is just fine until they're like 6th or 7th grade.
Yeah.
So, but if he wants to play, maybe we'll try it. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be hard being like the only kid in the class that
Yeah.
should be out there and is not, and you have
Yeah.
to always
Well,
explain
yeah.
it. But
That's what I mean. That was Jeremy Trug's philosophy too, with his kid. I think his kid's a 6th or 7th grader and just started playing tackle football. So,
okay.
and he's one of the bigger kids in the grade. So,
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Is a kid really a better football player by the time they get to standard tackle age
No.
if they've got some tackle under their belt already? I mean,
No, I mean it's almost a deterrent because it's like a kid gets his bell rung once and then he's kind of afraid to get hit again, and they're just not developed enough to physically handle it. I think if there's one kid that hit puberty at 12 like me, that's out there smearing kids who are 50 pounds lighter.
Right.
There's always that asshole in the discolored helmet out there. Because this big head can't fit in the regular one.
Yeah, those kids.
Yeah, some of those
Douchebags.
pictures you guys, there's like Kyle looks like a coach that just put on a uniform or something. Well, Jimbo was like that. too,
Yeah,
I
he
guess.
was
Yeah.
big. Yep.
He was like a Shaq and
Jimbo and Nick Johnson.
basketball. Yeah.
State score.
State. Oh yeah. Let's see here. We got Iowa State. Ooh, Iowa State 7, TCU 42.
Shut up.
No, I'm
Come
just kidding.
on.
It's 13-14. TCU.
Ooh,
How much time left?
it's a grinder.
7:51 in the fourth.
Who's got the ball?
It doesn't say. Let me look. It looks like Iowa State just scored.
A touchdown?
Oh,
Oh,
no,
they-
so now it's 14-14.
Oh.
Nice.
Yep.
Craziness.
Geez, Zeb Nolan only has 77 yards.
Really? It must just be giving it
7 minutes left, you said.
Yeah.
Montgomery.
So maybe a stop and points and
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah,
They're at TCU too, aren't they?
I think so. I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
away.
They are. They are.
Who's Iowa have next week?
Minnesota. In Minnesota. Minneapolis.
Noise.
Yeah.
Minnesota isn't any good, are they?
They're
No.
awful.
Yeah.
The boat was sinking.
Huh.
I'm so sick of living up there with all that.
Oh.
Row the boat.
Uh,
Row the boat. And they've just been terrible for how long?
yeah.
And they'll listen to that. And they think like, I don't even know.
PJ Fleck is the next coming of Christ.
Well, that and just like, they call like their university the U.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. No, like they'll seriously like sit there and be like, yeah, like I went to the U. And I'm like, Miami? And they're like, Minnesota. Because that's like the only Division I school they
Yeah.
have. It's just that whole program, like throughout, is just like football, basketball. It is astounding that they're not so much better than they are. They have so much talent coming through that state, and they have no
Yeah.
competing schools.
Yeah.
Like you can just imagine if Iowa and Iowa State even merge, like have Lazard on the Hawkeyes and some other better players. Like
Yeah.
I just can't. And like we don't have the talent pool that Minnesota does with Minneapolis.
yeah.
There.
You'd think you could just limit your recruiting almost to the Twin Cities general area. Take the
Yeah.
best kids out of every high school and every sport, and you'd have your competitive D1 team just with that. But
Tyus Jones, Royce White,
Mm-hmm.
Rashad Vaughn, all 5-star kids that just didn't play at the U. Or now I call it that, but
The U, baby.
anyway,
The U.
I'm over it.
Yep.
Holy cow, I think we have a listener.
Really?
Does that say one?
I better look here.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Don't
oh my
spook-
god.
don't spook 'em.
No, stay, please.
Don't spook
please
'em.
stay. Please stay.
Wait, is this live streaming?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's watching.
Damn it! On a Saturday
It
night.
doesn't say that. It doesn't say like one up there by the live sign.
Yeah, that's how long we've been at it for an hour.
Oh.
It says 1:03:33.
Laura's
Okay.
up there watching.
Yeah.
0 likes and 0 people.
Shit.
Hold on. I should see if I can find it.
We sus. Oh yeah, stream us. Let's get a streamer. So what do you think? Podcasting isn't that bad, is it, Steve? Once you get into it, it's
Yeah, no, it's
just hanging out.
it's a little bit more relaxed than.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that though.
Whoa! Chat publicly.
Like it.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do the volume up too much because it
Oh yeah.
feedback through the microphone.
This podcast.
So, which one of you is going to perform the? You're not gonna be able to do it now, obviously, but you need to practice and do the background by Third Eye Blind guitar riff for me.
What
song is it?
The background. There's a guitar riff at the end
Yeah.
that just gives me goosebumps.
Okay, I can probably figure it out.
You guys need to rock that.
Third Eye Blind, the only song I know.
I know.
Turn around, we're back on each other.
Don't they do?
They have so many songs. They have How's It Gonna Be?
Oh yeah.
They have Jumper.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
Wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend.
They have
Cut ties with them.
I don't know, so much.
Do they do the do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do? What song is that? What's the name of that one?
How do I get back to that place where I fell asleep inside you?
What?
That's what you say. I want something
Then else. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Semi-charmed kind of.
Yeah, somebody trying kind of like.
Get me through this semi-charmed kind of life, baby, baby. Oh, yeah.
You guys remember Savage Garden?
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I want you. I don't know if I need you, but ooh, I'm done.
We should do some of that kind of stuff in the band.
Yeah, that's a
Those
good
aren't
song.
bad tunes. We're doing that dishwasher one or whatever.
Dishwalla. How's that go? Tell me all your thoughts on Gord.
I finally listened to it long enough
Yeah.
to figure out the 3 chords to it.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
I was just I'm so lazy about learning those songs. If I
Yeah.
just can't immediately get it, then I'm like, whatever. Tay'll teach me. But then he doesn't know them either.
Yeah.
So
Well, we don't have to do that. I mean, if no one knows the song, we might
Yeah.
as well not do it. It's not a big deal.
okay.
So what do you guys listen to right now?
Oh, geez, I'm all over the board.
Do you listen to stuff from our high school days, or do you
once in a while. I'm big into Ghost still.
Ghost?
Yeah.
Never heard of 'em.
Oh, they're mine.
What
They're
genre?
they're a rock band, but it's gimmicky, so it's kind of this satanic vibe, but it's really catchy tunes. So it's not screamo metal or anything like
Okay.
that.
It's worth a listen.
Yeah.
You're pretty much a fan of the whole catalog, aren't you?
Yep. I like everything.
Yeah. Their first couple ones for me are the peak for me was album 2, Infest. I like the first one quite a bit too.
This is Ghost, or
Ghost, yeah. Their third album is pretty good, but I was kind of ticked that they sort of rolled back because they're really overtly satanic in the second album, and I thought that was pretty awesome. So, but yeah, they kind of toned it down, and I think they were probably at the same time we're getting more commercial success. They won a Grammy, I think, off that third album, right? Didn't
Yeah.
they win one for
Meteora.
the whole album, was it, or for just a tune? I can't remember.
I think it was best rock. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Anyways, they've gotten a lot of notoriety since when I first started listening to them, maybe 5 years ago, 6
Yeah.
years ago, something like that. Yep.
And then
They're good, though. I mean, gotta give them credit. Their latest album is not my fave, but
yeah, I think it's good shiz.
it's got some good. I'm liking some of the songs more the more times I hear it.
Yeah. Which image is good? That's
Yep.
someone's flesh is rotting tonight.
So, some of the instrumentals though on that, what's the newest album called again?
Prequel.
Yeah. Some of the instrumentals on that one were a little bit kind of this is getting sort of tedious
Yeah.
for me at least. But
Yeah, I can see that.
yeah, no, there's some
Ghost
bangers
BC?
on.
Yeah, Ghost BC. That's
I just want to look at their top songs, see if I can heard it yet.
no, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's a little obscure.
Yeah. Kind of
even-
culty.
Yeah, even though do you like Blue Oyster Cult at all, or the Doors? Because imagine sort of a heavier version of that, then you're sort of in the ballpark.
No, I mean I've heard songs from the Doors, but nothing like
Mm-hmm.
I
We
haven't
s-
listened to their album.
We saw them in Omaha.
Yeah, man, that was dope.
That's
I'm glad we got in right at the perfect time, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not too broke up about skipping
Oh,
the November
yeah.
show names. I mean, I'd go still if we got tickets, but
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's isn't it a Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah.
So back to Third Eye Blind, just because I'll drag us back there,
Yeah.
kicking and screaming. They play like 3 concerts this coming year, and one of them is in like Pedunk, like North Dakota. I don't know if it's where
Oh,
they're
wow.
originally from or something, but it's like a town of like 300 people, and their other 2 concerts are like big venue.
Chicago
Yeah,
and L.A. And
it's
then
it's just super weird because the closest one to us is that one that's like this tiny ass town. I just feel like I'm gonna get stabbed or something if I go, but I just have like a
Oh.
weird vibe about it. Just because I Google image the place, it just kind of it's just crazy to me that I don't know what the connection is.
Yeah.
maybe there's some festival there or something.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Sturgis, South Dakota. You said North Dakota? Is that right?
I think it's North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look right now, and it might not even be a Dakota to be honest. It might be like Wyoming.
Yeah, I'll have to learn that tune for you, Steve.
Well, it's like a
Some
Oh yeah.
it holds a note. It holds a note. It's not like
How does it go again?
I can't do it.
There it is.
Mhm. We're talking about doing Hotel California.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Can I like sub and do the bass or the drums at the
Yeah.
one point?
sure.
Up along the highway.
Or you can bring in Reetz at. Remember when Reetz held your cymbal?
Yep, just to get his butt.
My grandma laughed so hard.
Oh, bust out the Diplodocus video on.
My phone's at 5%. It's
Oh.
gonna die here soon.
Oh, so you can't take it to 0.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
Find it on Steve's then. You've seen that video, haven't you, Steve? The
The Diplodocus.
Diplodocus metal video that we made.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
where
no way,
Reetz
really?
is playing the God of Thunder or whatever.
Wait, is this with your brother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen that, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's just
yeah.
screamo.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I've seen it. I remember when you were making it. And
Oh,
Reetz
yeah.
come over and
That was awesome, man.
that's all I gotta say about that.
Oh yeah.
Who was it? Was it wait, was it the guy that was homeschooled? Can't think of his name. He sang, right?
No,
Oh, I-
Kevy sang.
Oh.
I think Dylan's getting memories mixed up because I think you're thinking of the band with Shrimp and the
Oh
Crazy.
gosh.
I remember when you had like
Mannequin.
Mannequin Pandemic.
Pandemic.
Yeah. That was
an
me,
awesome band
Kevy.
name. That's an awesome band name.
Oh
guys.
man.
What's up, Esterville? We're Mannequin Pandemic.
Oh god. Those are the days. The days. When Shrimp's your lead guitarist, a band
So
sucks.
the band was Shrimp. You had 2 vocalists, right?
I don't know.
Who you were the drummer?
I was drums.
Kent was in the band. I feel like
he was just doing something.
Kent was like clean vocals and Kevy was screams, I think, and then Steve was
Steve, yeah.
not this
Steve.
Steve Riggard or whatever.
Yeah,
his name-
Steve Riggard, yeah.
And he was the bass player, and then was there another guitarist or something, or was it just Shrimp?
Well, no, Kent played guitar
Oh,
too.
Kent was also guitar,
Yeah.
guitar / clean vocals.
Oh god.
That was a band. You guys had some pretty
Salty tunes.
salty tunes, and you had some very eager groupies, as I recall. Too.
Yep. Jesus.
Extremely eager.
Looking at this.
Oh yeah.
You guys going to any concerts this year?
No. Kelly's at. I told you that. Kelly's at.
Right. I went to his at US Bank Stadium. It was all right. Actually, it really sucked.
Really?
I like his music on like the radio, but
Yeah.
live he wasn't great. Or it's just that stadium.
Yeah, aren't the acoustics in there like just deafening and echoes around on everything?
It
and
wasn't.
stuff?
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Yeah.
It got some pretty poor reviews on that. But then also like Taylor Swift rocked the house, so
Hmm.
I don't know. The beer lines were like a mile long. That was mostly why I was pissed off.
I went from San Bernardino to Kalamazoo just
Yeah.
to get away from you.
I remember listening to some T Swift back when she was still country. Now she's just a pop artist.
Our song is the slim screen door sticking out late, tapping on your window.
When you're on the phone and you talk real slow, 'cause it's late and your mama don't know. And you're the reason for the Zyre drops on my laptop. Anticipating every day because it's all I got.
You're the reason for the Zyre drops on my last toss. Anticipating every day, 'cause it is all I got. Tis too proud that it get. I keep dissing, don't know why. Oh, man. Oh, those are some great lyrics.
That was like 10 years ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Ish, I think. At least, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
For
those
sure.
are theater days.
For sure, more than 5.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Holy cow. Man.
Time is just, it's
This is
sickening.
just flying by. I feel like I'm about 22 still, but definitely not.
I'll be 28 in a month.
Yeah.
Jeez, 2 years and I'll be 30. Ugh, that sounds weird.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's stupid. We have our 10-year. I mean, Jim, I don't know where you're at, but we have our 10-year this going year.
Yeah. Taylor putting that on?
She is, she doesn't want to, but she actually enlisted help from Christina W.
Oh, God, she'll take the reins.
Yeah, that's kind of where her.
Yeah. Outsource the work.
There you go. Well, shoot, just send a Facebook message, say we're going to a bar.
Yeah.
Call it good.
That's about all you need to do. It was Tony Klein. I got to give him credit because it was really his theory. And it, at least in my anecdotal experience, proved to be accurate because he postulated to me, like, well, so Facebook and other forms of social media have totally replaced the need for the high school reunion.
Yeah.
And it's because the people you care to see, you do, and you're friends with them and everything. And then everybody else, you're like, well, you're an acquaintance of mine, but
Yeah.
I don't really need to see you regularly, that kind of thing.
If I want to know what you're doing, I'll look you up.
Exactly. So Facebook furnishes all those little bullshit, superficial questions that you ask. Oh, are you married now? You have kids? Where are you living? What's your job like? Blah, blah, blah. Everybody puts all that stuff up on.
Gerald Greenberg.
So I tested it out because the kids my age are like the first people who've had Facebook since day one of leaving high school.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
So, the 10-year reunion for my group was like an epic fail. I think there was, just a handful,
Huh.
maybe
That was-
10 or 12 that showed up, and like
really?
a lot of people who lived in Esterville didn't come. And I flaked out because I had something else going on, but
Yeah.
otherwise I would have been there. But I felt kind of bad. Like somebody put up a picture, it's like, class reunion, and it was like could have easily fit everybody in this room,
Yeah.
no problem, and they had room to spare. It was a joke.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to expect. I mean,
But yeah,
everybody in our class is pretty spread out.
yeah. Who lives the furthest away?
Is Zach overseas?
Zach might, yeah.
Zach Iverson.
There's quite a few up in Minnesota, I think. A couple in Colorado. Gosh, now that I think about it, where the hell is everybody?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's here? Like,
Yeah.
it's you.
Reetz.
Yeah, Reetz. I'm sure there's like a lot. Like Tanner Steffes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
There's a lot more than I realized,
Yeah,
but
Brooke Johnson, she's here. Paige.
yep.
Low Girls.
Yep.
Anna Bruns.
Anna's around?
I think so.
Lauren, Joel.
Oh, they're in town?
Well, I mean, Joel works for his dad. Maybe they're at the lakes, though.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, but you just don't think of those people on a day to day.
Yeah, but a lot of people have left. That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
the amount of people. Because I feel like it's maybe more and more every generation. Is that fair? Or
Could be. I mean, yeah, it's sort of a limited amount of professional opportunities in a small town. So if you've got that kind of ambition,
Yeah.
it's, there's only so many jobs open all the time. And
Yeah, I wonder back in the day if people created more. Well, I mean, once Morel's left, that's like Esterel has been shrinking ever since,
Yeah.
right?
Seems to be the case. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I almost wonder if you can trace Esterville's death knell back to kind of when the interstates system came through, and then the shift in like moving goods around went
Okay.
away from railroad and more to
Yeah.
the highway thing.
Sure.
So, because Esterville used to have two major rail lines going through it,
Yeah.
the north-south and then the Highway 9 railroad line thing. So it
Yeah.
was pretty legit back in World War II and
That's where that
prior.
like the one train came through with all the orphans, the orphan train.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like there's people, I don't know what year it was, but people have lived in Esterville that were from that train or descendants
Yeah,
from that
actually
Yeah.
sounds familiar.
train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, I miss like I don't know. I mean, I'm nostalgic, but like my dad's Esterville, I feel like just the way
Yeah.
that just seems like it would have
Yeah.
been.
Well,
So far gone, yeah.
Yeah, just like good small business and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's here. It's just not as plentiful and
Yeah, it's a shame. Walmarts and so forth have killed retail in small towns, and that makes it tough. I guess we've got the clothing store, thank goodness, still. But I mean, imagine if when
Oh.
Racine's closed,
yeah.
if those girls hadn't come in and kept the clothing store going.
yeah, to be
That'd be
honest,
a-
I don't know if if it would still be here if it wasn't for like the amount of stuff they do for the school.
Yeah.
Like if they just strictly sold clothes, I doubt it'd still be in business.
Yeah, I don't know. Hard to say, I guess. But yeah, I mean, like it's such a pain in the neck because like, where do you go to get your dry cleaning done
Yeah.
or that sort of thing? It's a shame. Little towns need to have some retail in them, but they can't support themselves. It's
Yeah, I suppose the Amazons of the world are also
Yeah.
killing it off. So.
yeah. Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
who am I talking?
no.
I ordered a dress shirt on Amazon Friday afternoon.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Should have bought local. But I mean, if you can save $20 or
Yeah,
something,
why wouldn't you?
it's hard not to say no to that.
Iowa State had the ball 4th and 4 on their 10-yard line and came away with no points. And all.
Ooh.
Mm.
They didn't kick a field goal.
Why?
I don't know if they went for it or what.
Maybe it was blocked.
They lost the yard, it looks like. So it looks like they went for it and lost the yard.
Yeah, take the points.
Yep. Yeah, I was tied up at that time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it
14-14.
wasn't like they were coming from behind. What the hell? That could be a major coaching blunder.
Yeah, I blame the coaching.
Yep. Always blame the coaching. It's a good
Always.
strategy. What's going to be Iowa's game plan for the Gophers? Run it up the gut or?
It always is.
Run the ball on them
Run the ball.
and stop their run, and then they're starting a true freshman quarterback. Walk
Yeah.
on.
Max or whatever it is. Axel or something. I don't know. Axelrod or something. Something like that.
Beardsley's a huge Gophers fan.
Is he?
We can switch to the Gophers depending on how close we are to. Hopefully, it's prior to the game, but
Yeah.
if not, then we can review what happened.
Review the outcome.
Oh, I read that wrong. They were on their own 10-yard line
Ah.
and punted it. And now the Horned Frogs are already at the 10-yard line.
Ugh,
Uh-oh.
Shoot.
not looking good.
Well, should we wrap it up?
I guess you're falling asleep over there.
Yeah. Well, we've only been talking about nothing for
Look at
2
this.
hours.
Oh, make me a drink. Seeds high. Look at this.
Bruh.
Down the hatch, sir.
Yeah. I gotta stay hydrated. Gatorade, bruh.
Why am I wasting booze? Oh well, I think it was your booze anyways.
Yeah.
All it cost me was some ice and some mixer.
Your cost benefit
So,
analysis is.
We're gonna keep this going until you finish that drink. I
No.
think that's the deal.
Then I'm up and leaving. I quit the podcast and I quit the band.
That's all right. We'll throw Neighborman on bass and. All right, I guess we have
Brad.
to quit. You guys.
Project Ion.
Out.